Today we're going to be talking about area and perimeter. That all sounds very nice and easy, but with every shape, the formula is just a little bit different. And so we're going to talk about that and show you how they work. But first, let's look at some vocabulary. To begin with, we have pi. And pi is represented by this little symbol, which really means 3.14. Then we have perimeter. Perimeter is all the way around the outside of a particular area. Circumference. Circumference is the perimeter of a circle. Area. Now, area is going to be everything inside the perimeter of whatever it is that you just took that measurement of for the outside. Remember, the perimeter goes all the way around the outside. Now, the formulas that we want to take a look at, though, and keep in mind, so do take note of these, is C, which stands for circumference, equals pi times diameter. Also, if we don't have the diameter, but we have the radius, C equals 2 times pi times radius. We have that perimeter that we're trying to find out for that rectangle. P equals 2 times length plus 2 times W. But if we're looking for the area, everything within inside that rectangle, it would be A, which stands for area, equals length times width. Okay? The area of a circle is found in this formula. Pi times radius squared. And then the area of a triangle is half times base times height. And finally, the area of a trapezoid would be half times height times base 1 plus base 2. And let me show you how they work. Okay. Here's our formula for our circumference using the diameter. So we would take 3.14, multiply that by 24, and we end up getting 16, there's 4, 5, and 3 times 4 is 12. So now we have 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 3 is 6. So we add all that together, and we have 6, and 13, and 5, and 7. We move our decimal over 2 places to the right, so that we can move them back. And our circumference then is 75.36 inches. Okay. If I was doing it with the radius, I would again use 2 times pi, which comes out to 6.28. Multiply that times the 12. And we have 16 and 4, 5. 2 times 6 is 12. So far it's coming out just right. And we have 8, 2, and 6. Again, we add it together. Move our decimal over and move it back over this way. And we have 75.36. So it works out just right. Okay. Now the perimeter, remember I talked to you about the perimeter being all the way along the outside. Oftentimes we'll see it look just like this if it is a rectangle or a polygon. But we have to imagine that because these are congruent sides and they are parallel, that it's not just 5, but now we're looking at 5 over here and not just 7, but also 7 up here. So 2 times 7 is 14. And 2 times 5 is 10. We have 24 there. So the perimeter is 24 inches. Okay. But if I was trying to find the area, remember the area is everything inside, I would just look at this and say 5 times 7. I'm just going to multiply the two sides. So 5 times 7 is 35. So our area is 35 inches. Our perimeter around the outside is 24 inches. Okay. If it's a square, you may see it just like this, where it only has it once. So in this case, we want to look at that and say, okay, that's going to be 4 times 30, not just 1 times 30. So 4 times 3 is 12. We add that 0. We have 120 centimeters. Okay. Over on this side, now we're looking at the area of the circle. Remember, the area of the circle, again, is everything with inside. And the way we do that is we're going to first square the radius. Now, to square the radius, of course, we know that we're going to multiply that number times itself. So that becomes 9. So now we have squared it. But at this point, we're now going to take the 3.14, remember pi? So 3.14 times 9, and we have 36 there, and 9, 10, 11, 12. And 3 times 9 is 27, 28. Move our decimal over, and we have 28.26. That is now the area of this circle. Okay. 2 more to go, and we're almost ready to take on the day. Here we go with our triangle. Okay. Remember, the formula is area equals half times base times height. Now here's a little trick, because sometimes people find that a little bit difficult to work with. So this is what I think you should do. We look at this and say, okay, base times height. Well, in this case we have 3 and 4, so 3 times 4 is 12. And we divide it by 2. That's going to give us our half. So the area then is 6. It makes it so easy. Okay. Now we have our trapezoid. Remember, I told you that we have several pieces to this. Area equals half times height times base 1 plus base 2. So we're going to take base 1 and base 2 first. We're going to do everything in parentheses. Remember your order of operations. So 6 and 10, we have 16, and we're dealing in inches. Now we're going to multiply that times the 4 inches. Okay, and we have 6 times 4 is 24, 4, 5, 6, 64 inches there. But we're not done, because we've still got that half. So just like we did with the triangle, we're going to divide this by 2. And I end up with 32. So my area of my trapezoid is 32 inches. Okay. Please feel free to watch this video as often as you need to. Take notes, jot down questions, and now you're ready to go take on the day.